Hey, this is Ahmed Zappa, and you're listening to Tom and Zeus on the Shouted Out Loudcast. In my opinion, the number one Kiss podcast in the world. And if you don't like this show, then fuck you.
Oh boy, here we go. This is Gene Simmons. Put that cookie down, Kiss. Stop pressing the button. Stockbroker Simmons. Star? Paul Stanley. Is that what he does? Stop shouting. He's not what you would call a handsome man. Oh no, here come the Kiss times. Is that a positive thing? Okay. All right. I'm gonna grab me an ice cold mellow yellow. Why? Why do that to the fans? Stop it. Why? Because fuck them. That's what I'm talking about. 617-525-08. You do? Hey, fucko. Do you like Kiss? Settle down.
Yellow. Hey, what's up, the Kiss Army? Tom and Zeus, another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast, episode 372. 50th anniversary of Destroyer.
All right. Another big anniversary here. Destroyer talk. Love it.
Well, this is our 50th anniversary.
That's right. Imagine that.
Can you believe that? We did all the first three albums alive.
Yep.
And now here we are.
It's unbelievable. We got another one later this year, too.
Yeah. Wait till we get to the Sonic Boom Monster era. 50th anniversary.
We'll all be dead by then. So hopefully.
You'll be dead by next week.
Yeah.
Isn't that what fucking Professor Mr. Clark said to Kid Ray?
Someone's beating up Kid Ray. Kid Ray.
He had that little Prince-like mustache. He looked like he was 30.
Nice suit, dude.
Yeah. And he was trying to be like fatherly to him. You'll be dead in a year, son.
Dead in a year, son.
Sam's
Fair East Side.
I want everybody here to look at this slovenly, sloppy boy. Dude, you would get so sued in 2 seconds flat if anybody fucking did that these days.
You smoke crack, don't you, boy? Don't you?
They jump. Get moving along.
Welcome to the Lean On Me review. We'll get to Destroyer in a second.
Moving along expeditiously. Oh,
dude, do you remember? I remember we were in high school. Joe Clark, the real Joe Clark, was on the cover of, I think it was Time magazine, holding a baseball bat in his hand. But think about that was like friggin' 35, 40 years ago. Like that was considered like this guy's a badass.
He would be so sued.
Now you wouldn't even have people sue like this is so inappropriate. If he wants to smoke crack, let him smoke crack. Kid Ray could be a mentor. Kid Ray.
Kid Ray.
I'd rather have Kid and
Kid Ray will be dead in a year.
Fucking God. Kid
Ray. Anyway, Tom, last week we had the privilege of reviewing Peter Criss's latest solo album.
I'm still reeling from it.
To call that a mixed bag would be an understatement.
The feedback is the same. The feedback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like mixed bag of feedback that we got, and between me and you, how we saw that album. But go ahead.
Yep. So we did a poll. We asked you what your favorite song was for you people that actually had the opportunity to listen to this thing. And the options were rock and roll, and rock.
And let me go rock and roll and rock and roll all night.
Rock and roll ain't noise pollution all night. That's
a great song.
It is a great song. For the money, creepy crawlers and hard rock droopy knocker tits.
Sandbag tits.
Oh, God. You know, when you grab a woman's breast and it feels like a bag of sand. A bag of sand. Hard Rock Knockers wins the poll at 43%. Creepy Crawlers at 23%. Rock and Rollin' Rockin' at 20%. For the money at 13. Ay, ay, ay.
Dude, the song that was the bonus won the poll.
That's because
Who
people
the
thought it was
fuck
funny.
But who came up with this fucking, like, the whole plan for this album?
Right. People voted for that because they think it's funny that he was singing about fat tits. That's the only reason it won the poll.
You didn't really say fat tits.
Well,
but
droopy, down to your knees. I mean, come on. Grandma boobies. Our buddy Bobby Kenner. Guys, thanks for a fun review and lots of great laughs as always. Slipping some NWA in there was icing on the cake. And he talks about Peter and, having Ace on the album would have been nice back then. Yeah, we can wish. I don't know how much better that would have been, Bobby. Lone Star Wolf. My favorite song from this album is the Fascination cover from the Human League.
and so the conversation turned until the sun went down and many fantasies were learned on that tight. You
hear that? You hear that sound? That's the sound of everyone pushing pause or fast forward. Lone Star Wolf continues by saying, on other songs, I thought Peter sounded extremely similar to Alice Cooper or even Danzig. Those aren't compliments. I like the bass work as contributed by Billy Shan. Good episode, guy. Yeah, Billy Shan's great. Rob Moore, can't deny that Creepy Crawlers will be in every Halloween playlist from here on forward. Maybe. Joseph Kiss Sr. What's that?
I said, maybe that's a smart move.
Maybe. Joseph Kiss Sr.
It was a little wet there right at the end.
Maybe. Joseph Kiss Sr. says, you make me hard, rock knockers. Oh, God. Dan Gartrell says, this album is so bad, I can't pick a favorite. Yeah, I hear you. Tough guy. Let's see what other people thought of this album. Just in general. God, for the people that were blessed to listen to it.
Hey. It's still in my head. Thanks.
Yeah, because you can't get it out. Let's see what we got here. Vet Halen said, Vet Halen, I got to go with Hard Rock Knockers just for the title alone. How can you go wrong with Knockers? Well, I think that's why it won the poll. But yeah, Vet Halen, you're correct about
Knockers
that.
is a word you would say like in the third grade.
Yeah, like, oh, look at Mrs. Smith's Knockers.
Yeah. Or from Young Frankenstein. What? Knockers?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, doctor.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really. Yeah, I don't remember. But before this album, I don't remember the last time I said Knockers.
Oh, she's got big boobies.
Yeah.
Like,
God.
Stupid.
All right, that's what we got in the world of Twitter, my friend.
But that's coming from the guy that sang hooligan. The fuck is saying hooligan?
Hooligan. It's the best Peter song ever.
Oh, good Lord. All right, let's go to the Book of Face. You got a shit ton of comments here, so I'm gonna speed this along. Rex Jaycox adds, picked up the LP and the CD when this came out because of the hype and the excitement. Enjoyed it once, but no desire to listen to it again.
Oh. Yeah, exactly.
Eric Salmon adds, I got the vinyl off Kiss Live auctions and gave it a listen. I liked it better the second time around. There you go.
That's probably because by that time you had 10 beers in your system as opposed to 5 the first time you listened to it.
Remember, that's Tom saying this stuff.
Yeah, you don't need to. Why is it that when I have a negative opinion, you have to keep reminding people that it's my negative opinion? But when you butcher albums, everyone's
go ahead.
Like,
you can say, well, what am I butchering?
I'm pretty sure everybody knows our voices by now. The album
no,
sucks.
It's not the voices. It's not the voices.
What,
it's the fact that they group us together. You don't want to be known as the podcast that hates Rush, right?
I don't care. I don't care. Everybody hates Rush except for me and Tony Barone, the tax man, and Steve Wright.
Make sure you get your taxes done by ABC.
That's right. He'll throw in
I care.
Throw in a bonus autograph glossy photo of Geddy Lee with your tax.
Like, I care about that shit. I don't want to be known as shitting on Peter's album. I like the album. It's not because I'm scared. Oh, and the rumor gets back to Peter. Like, that nothing to do with anything. I just like the album, and I like Peter's.
I'm glad.
So I want people to think, yeah, some people like the album.
But you know how it goes. They're going to be like, yeah, guys, you listen to Shout It Out Loudcast, they butchered that album.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Oh, same thing. You should be saying the same thing about Detroit Rock City. Oh, when you guys blasted that movie. You should say, no, it wasn't me. It was him.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, let's get back to this. Adam Nierenberg, tonight on Pinheads and Patriots, Tom and Zeus discuss Gene's comments about other celebrity comments. Yeah,
yep.
Fucking Gene.
There's more with that.
Pinheads and Patriots. Christopher Powell adds, I admittedly have not heard this album. I've only heard the clips from this episode, and they are fucking abysmal. Not a chance in hell I'm getting this. If it came with $50 and some earplugs, I might consider it. Tell us how you really feel. Jesus.
I know. I hear you, Goose.
Rob Fokker, I don't know any relations to Tallywaka Faulkner. This is by far his best solo album since the classic 78 album. Oh, I agree with that.
Oh,
absolutely.
God almighty.
Tony Jones. Okay. Most of the album doesn't sound anything like Peter from his Kiss days. A couple of tracks, you can tell it's Peter, but his 79-year-old voice sounds nothing like his classic Kiss voice. I've given this album probably 10 to 12 listens straight through. There are 2 songs that I think are pretty good. The rest is just meh for me. Not to say I don't like the album. I do. But I think it's getting a lot of praise based on nostalgia over substance. Again, not ripping the album. I just don't think it's as good as a lot of others think, and I'm the biggest Kiss fan you'll ever meet. Oh, Tony, you're going to start a war. You are not the biggest Kiss fan you'll ever meet because there's way more footy pajama guys that will fight you to the death to say that they are.
Good point.
Honestly, I think to jump on what Tony's saying, I don't think that it's the nostalgia. I think that all his other Kiss non-Kiss solo albums have been considered to be brutal.
Because they are.
And the fact that this is pretty good for some people gives it even better hope, because we've all heard about the comments and the reception that his other solo albums have gotten over the years. So the fact that, even 50% of the Kiss Army saying they like this is way better than the 10 to 15% that like his solo albums.
Yeah, it's like being king of the dipshits. This is Peter's best solo album is like Anthony Michael Hall. I'm kind of king of the dipshits.
Yeah, king of the fucking Kiss tards. There's a few people like king of the Kiss tards.
You're the tallest midget. Good for you.
Well, that's how some people perceive this, and that's what I'm saying. Chris Hall adds, in quotes, it was ridiculous when they teased it with all the spiders crawling around and shit. Tom at the 118:30 mark.
I don't even remember saying that. I think I washed that review from my memory.
Charles, don't call me Mark Eaton adds, these songs for the most part feel disjointed. Like he didn't know what he wanted to sound like in the 2020s. It's not all bad, but definitely not all good. I like boobs too, Pete. There you go. Oh, Fanis, Barefoot, Horiati, Akratides. Well, this was a surprise episode. I was surprised of the lack of love from the album from Tom. Although I get some of his points, I have to say I'm leaning more with Zeus on this one. Having spun the album 10 times or so, I was pleasantly surprised with most of the album. The guitar playing is amazing and deserves all the accolades it's receiving. I can't understand why Hard Rock Knockers wasn't on the album. It's probably my top 3 tracks. Good for Peter for giving us a solid release at times, even reminding me of Bob Seger. I give it 7 out of 10. Murph, it's all good. My Greek and Italian brothers are talking piss. Stirring between mates, no issue. P.S. Now let's do Live to Win, please.
Honestly, it takes a lot for me to be offended on this show. Invoking the name of Bob Seger in comparison to this album is such violence that I don't even know how to respond to you, Thanos. You're lucky I like you.
Yeah, Thanos, you're going to have to put some shoes on next time you're around Tom to make it up to him.
Clip those fucking toenails with a hedge trimmer next time.
He's got those falcon-like fucking nails that are piercing the cement when he walks in the hot gravel in Australia.
He has to buy shoes 3 sizes too big just to get the toenails in there. I normally wear a 12, but do you have these in a 14 or a 15?
Guinness is coming by and checking my toenail fungi next week.
He's going to be like that guy in the Guinness Book of World Records that had fingernails that were so long they like swirled. They went around him. Like
but they're on his toes instead. Pew! Brad Rustoven. Great and honest, refreshing views, guys. Just like you did when 10,000 Volts came out. I fall somewhere in between you two with the album. There are some decent songs on it. Do I think Peter can write songs? Yes. Do I think Peter had a hand in writing all the songs in this album? No. The majority just don't sound like the stuff he would write. Speaking of 10,000 Volts, Ace had tons of help with that album as well. So let's just say that this is Peter's 10,000 Volts. And if I were Peter, I wouldn't want to be associated with writing all the lyrics on this album. Yikes. Yep. By the way, comparisons to Tease Me, Please Me in this album don't end with the riff in For the Money. The Tease Me, Please Me video centers around a housewife messing around with the pool man. Oh. Okay. Did you get that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's 2 fucking things, so maybe he did do that. John Whiteman, Hall of Famer, puts up a clip of some woman smashing watermelons with her boobs.
I love that. Bravo, man.
Julian Grandison adds, outside the 78 releases, Kiss members' solo albums are shockingly bad.
Yep.
Trying to think of another major band who dropped so many balls while branching out solo.
That's such a great comment. Paul has some okay stuff. Ace has some okay stuff. But that's actually interesting. Bands that broke up and went solo and did stuff. Other than the Beatles. I don't know if you.
Are you going to ask about Iron Maiden's Bruce Dickinson albums or
Robert Plant? But he had some huge
Rob Halford albums.
Right. Jimmy Page had Outrider. But yeah, it is funny though. It is funny how they're mostly laughably bad.
Yeah, there's nobody like, oh yeah, fucking from Gene's solo album. I gotta play that.
Yeah, exactly. Assholes, great. Have you heard Black Tongue lately? Yeah, I have.
I do. I like that.
So do I, unfortunately. Can't wait to do that review.
Thomas Warhol adds, on the track Creepy Crawlers, maybe Peter was watching Squirm on Mystery Science Theater. Yep. We just talked about that in our Dorm Damage episode.
I love that.
Izzy Presley adds, Hall of Famer Izzy Presley. Barry Pointer was the first Hollywood chapter of ACK, tribute to Ace Frehley. Ooh. Works with John 5, Nikki 6, Gilby, and more. Great dude, talented dude. Well, that sounds like it makes sense. And then all of a sudden, when he left, all the talent left, and then you came in.
I didn't say that.
Mickey Zamboni. Who the fuck is that?
It sounds like a fucking extra from The Sopranos. Hey, it's my buddy Mickey Zamboni.
Sounds like a 4th liner on the fucking Colorado Rockies from the 70s. First time hearing the album. My first take is, although a lot of good songs, it's a bit of a mishmash, a bit discombobulated. Maybe if there was 1 or 2 rolling Rocky Rock songs, it would have been better. But I still like it. It's not love, but love the cover and thought it was going to make be more of a rock album, but I'm still probably buying it. That's good.
Okay.
Holy fuck! There's so many.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Michael Jude Grimes, that Sugar track sounded like they referenced David Lee Roth's version of That's Life before tracking it. The sound and the vibe are definitely similar, right? Yeah, I get it now that you say that. But again, I mentioned there's a song called No Vacation from the Blues, Travis Tritt. I think it's on 10 Feet Tall and Bulletproof.
God,
that album. But anyway. I love it. Josh Brown. The album is a mixed bag for me. And I agree, though. I would rather it be out than not. I will say the moment Hard Rock Noggers played in front of my wife for the first time, I was both embarrassed and doubled over in laughter. Double D's down to your knees.
Ugh.
Her exact response was, did he just say what I think he said? Yes, unfortunately. And he's an 80-year-old little Italian man. However, there's some good songs, like you said, about 10,000 Volts. His backing band on the album is great. His drumming is solid. His vocals through on some of the songs are just brutal. The roll of the album was embarrassingly bad and was such a disservice for this album. Also, Creepy Crawlers was a terrible first single.
Yeah, good point.
Scott Wheeler, I've been sitting on the edge of my kiss-tard seat each week hoping for this episode to drop, and finally it's here. Zeus, you nailed it with this review. Peter's record is a fun listen, something I can go back over and over again, straight through with no skips. The songs are well-crafted, solid musician throughout. Peter delivered on this. Tom sounds like a cranky curmudgeon, Rolling Stone critic from 2020 in this review.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking everything was low-hanging fruit and too simplistic. Sorry, this wasn't Oasis or REM. I don't think you like either. Well, you're okay with REM.
I'm not expecting any of that. This is now you're going to get me going again.
It's just Peter delivering good in rock and roll.
You're comparing this ridiculous album to two of the greatest songwriting bands ever. I'm not saying I love REM and Oasis, but come on, man. You could be a little bit better. You could at least be fucking, Bang Tango or something. I mean, give me a break. You see what happens here?
I will be honest with you.
Because I don't like an album, I'm a curmudgeon now.
He said specific to this review, though. But the thing is, this is the first really positive comment, if you think about it.
And I'll be honest with you, this is the first album that we've reviewed in a long, long, long time where I've just butchered it mercilessly. I'm pretty fair, and I'm just giving you my honest opinion like we both always do. It's been a long time since we've had an album that's kind of made me, chuckle. Make you chuckle?
Well, I feel like this is a little bit like how I thought the Wasp debut album was. Are we serious here? Are we hearing the same thing?
That's right. Exactly. Wait, it was School Days? Did the song open up with a bell ringing? Yeah. Okay, Murder. Did that song just open up with a drive-by shooting? Yes, it did.
Peter Criss is doing a drive-by from here to Brooklyn. God. Anyway, Lana Cooper adds, real fun episode, guys. I appreciate how you gave an honest review, showing different perspectives on the album without being either a total love fest or a pylon. For me, the album was a mixed bag, but still enjoyable. The songs felt like they've been written over the course of a decade or more, polished up and then put on an album. A little disjointed, but still fun. I'm just glad Peter still has the drive to play and create. The band sounded great, and Peter still got it vocally, even if his voice has aged slightly. Mm-hmm. Songs like For the Money was straight up cringe. Sorry, Zeus. This is coming from someone who loved Cadillac Dreams as money-themed Kiss songs. I love Cadillac Dreams. I got a very 70s Alice Cooper vibe from Creepy Crawlers. Peter's vocals even sounded like Alice-esque. On that one, I'd put rock and roll all over.
You can't even
let me go rock and roll. Cheaper to Keeper and Hard Rock Noggers as my top three. That line about double D's down to her knees made me wonder if Peter was going to follow up on a new song about saggy milkers. Oh. Just because the rapper's wrinkled doesn't mean the candy ain't sweet.
Jesus, God, that's why I love
Thanks
Lana.
again for an awesome
rules.
show and lots of laughs.
Lana absolutely rules.
Gordon Duncan, at this point, this may be the only chance I'll ever get to hear this thing. Releasing it on streaming couldn't hurt sales. Everyone was going to buy it, bought it. Streaming it would only help boost its profile. As Tom said, I'm glad it exists, but wow, there are some stinkers on this CD. However, that opening track might have some staying power. Thanks as always, boys. When are you spending $2 million so you can listen to your review of Vinnie's mythical new album? Yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Dan Hulad, man, I'm more on Team Tom than Team Zeus. Few high points, but definitely more lows than highs. I'll give it a C-. That being said, I agree with both of you fact that I'd rather have this than nothing. Side note, you guys should call in all favors you can somehow to get a copy of the $2 million Vinnie Vincent CD. Has to be your way. Even Vinnie Vincent himself emailed you a link that expires after one listen. We'll get to that.
Yep.
Hall of Famer Tight Pants Joey Romanek.
Uh-oh.
If you put this album on, didn't tell me who it was, and then asked me to guess the artist, I would never said Peter Criss. His singing voice is totally different today. It actually sounds like one of those records that as an actor would make, like Don Johnson or Patrick Swayze. Lyrically, Peter's songs are never thought-provoking or literally on any level, but a little elderly Italian man singing about being on his knees in front of hard rock boobs is probably as bad as whatever the hell Vinnie Vincent might be singing about in heavy metal poontang.
I love it.
But at least you can get Peter's record for $1,990 less than Vinnie's. And I just realized, Tom, I read Loudcasters, not Loudcast.
That's okay.
But I'll read a couple comments from Loudcast, and there's a lot here.
Yeah, we got a ton.
Jody Harriman writes, Zeus, the reference to the king always makes an episode much more special. For the record, I believe he called the reporter honey. Why is it the greatest music entertainer, greatest basketball player ever can identify the obvious while others choose to announce their bias? I don't get it. They're examples that everyone could learn and capitalize. Keep on rocking and rolling. Never under any circumstances let your meat loaf. Okay. Hall of Famer Kevon Japson.
Uh-oh.
Giggity, 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 giggity.
Love this episode. I don't think you guys ever had such an opposite view on a review. I think we did on Moving Pictures, probably, right? Or Wasp.
Oh, well, definitely. But in terms of Kiss-related stuff.
Yeah, I mean, well, Unmasked.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's close. But even you like a few songs.
Music from the Elder.
No, there's a couple things I really like on that album. Like the album overall more. But I don't know.
I personally love this record. Wish Creepy Crawlers was left off, though. Still, I listen to this still. So good. Also, now I got to play his music. Jeff Trot Draft was amazingly horny. Perfection.
Guess who's back in the motherfucking house with a fat dick for your motherfucking man?
Well, there was more than just Jeff on that draft, but that's okay, you horny fuck. Tom Selleck adds, I definitely graded this one on a curve when I listened to it the first time. It's a decent Peter Criss album, better than his others. As a Zeus, Creepy Crawlers grew on me and reminded me of an Alice Cooper vibe. Mostly the music production good, but I've come across the cheesy lyrics and songs as Peter being Peter.
Okay.
Yeah. He was never that bad, though.
Who?
Peter. He wasn't like fucking dirty Paul Stanley Gene type lyrics.
No, never.
He had some, but nothing
not like
bad.
that. No.
All right. I mean, go through what was technically his. Baby Driver, Beth.
He was never out front like with hard rock knockers down. Like he
fucking
never
Dirty Living. Like those aren't dirty songs.
Not at all. None of them were.
Nope. Even and nothing on his solo 78 was too.
Nope.
All right. Lastly, Graham Richley adds, I reckon you boys are both right. I've never heard anything besides Creepy Crawlers that put me off, but the rest of this is surprisingly good. Well-written songs, musicians that I suspect Peter had minimal input into for 95% of them. And that is where the authenticity Tom mentions comes in. Producers, music, songwriters make a living out of making albums with a big name artist, Ozzy, Peter, Ace, where they simply provide the vocals over songs, although these vocals suddenly sound oddly enhanced or only vaguely like the artist currently singing's voice. So you get a guaranteed decent sounding album, but none of these are ever great. Like Zeus said, that's fine. At least Peter got to put an album out at 80 and possibly the best album he's ever put out. But I find that I don't go back to these albums as much as while they're by our artists, you could tell they are veneer level. I reckon the two true Peter songs here is the Rockin' Opener and Sugar. The others, he simply is what he's told.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jesus. On Blue Sky, Beach Boys are the GOAT. Zeus, didn't know you were a Human League fan. Nice Phil Oakey impression. Those two girls in that band were supposed to be hot. I don't think they were.
I don't know.
You know what it reminded me of, too?
What?
It reminded me of Prince, those Human League songs. Because the other guy would sing a song, the guitar player would sing a lyric.
Yeah.
Just like in 1999,
like in the
two girls would sing something, and then the other guy, the main guy, would sing in the end, right?
Yep.
So that's what it would remind me of. Wobbly Magoo has a fucking gif of an old man holding up big boobs.
Nice.
Matt Murphy adds, I have to give you guys a lot of credit to be objective on that album. I'm just happy he got a chance to release an album at this point in his life. As for the lyrics, I've been writing an additional chorus of one of his songs. It's cheaper to keep her, no matter what the trouble. It's cheaper to keep her. Makes my social security double. Oh my God. Keep your day job, brother. Christopher Hamilton adds, you both have the right attitude. Never be anything but happy there's new product from your favorite bands.
Okay, I get it.
Vinnie Vincent Saved Kiss adds, I can definitely sense the spiritual vein that Peter included on this album. Every time you guys play a song, I find myself saying, my God, why have you forsaken us?
My God.
Oakham Razor adds, gentlemen, immensely enjoyable review. Gonna side with Zeus on this one. I like the different variety of sounds and styles on this album. It's a shame as it advisors botched the marketing and release of this album. It was a nice return for the original Catman. As always, E pluribus unum.
My God, I love that.
Yeah. Tom, we're just going to finish up with YouTube. Marty White. In a cul-de-sac somewhere in New Jersey, the phone rings and Gigi answers. Sure, sweetie, I would love to meet you here for lunch. I'll see you downtown in an hour. I just have to put some things away. Go take the empty shoebox beside her, and even if she puts voodoo noodles alongside the little dolls that she has of both Tom and Zeus, she cackles to herself, those guys will get theirs.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Again, I don't think she'll be mad at me. But again, I wasn't 100% positive, so maybe she will. Who knows?
Maybe.
Patrick2420 says, my vote for Shout Out Loudcast Hall of Fame Museum goes to Marty White's girlfriend, who has a steroid problem and is built like Lou Ferrigno.
Nice.
Heavy Metal Farmer, I agree with Zeus. The album is more good than bad. It's better than what was expected, and I'm satisfied with it. The only thing that would have made it a little bit better is if he could still do his raspy vocals, but I understand and accept that he's not a 70s era Peter anymore. Joseph Kiss Sr. adds, I get what you guys are saying about the message sounding hypocritical coming from Gene. But I do agree that the premise that I really don't want to hear political opinions come from celebrities, half of which need instructions from their team of managers and agents how to wipe their asses and flush the toilet. Elvis had the absolute right take on it back then, and I think it still applies today. Well, thank you very much. And there was a little bit more feedback today, but we don't get that much opportunity to review a new album from Peter, who hasn't done an album in fucking God knows how long. So we wanted to hear a little bit more feedback today. Hope you guys don't mind. Tom, back to you.
Yeah, we got a little bit more here, so we'll get through it. Spotify, I always like to remind people that you can comment directly from Spotify. Jimmy Sturgis starts off by saying all drum machines.
What?
You might be right. Those drums seemed a little too processed and perfect for me.
Nah, I would say maybe somebody else played them, but they don't sound like machines.
Well, Kane the Main says, wait, Zeus, you didn't like Detroit Rock City, the movie?
Oh, I think that was legendary. No, I think that movie's beyond stupid.
That's exactly the point. It's fucking dumb. That's why it's fun.
No, but you can be dumb and funny.
It's dumb. It's fucking hilarious. Flaming Skull Dude. Hey, guys, great show as always. I was on the fence about buying this. Thank you for helping me decide. I won't be getting it. It's just not good in my opinion. I'm glad Zeus likes it. See you next week. Okay, well, thanks, Flaming Skull Dude. See you next week. Davis McCool says, hola, amigos. This was always going to be a tough one, reviewing an original member's album. I think as Kiss fans, we always try to find good in anything they put out. Geez, I remember trying to defend some of the songs on Asshole. Let's be happy that there is new music for us to listen to. As for the album itself, some toe tappers, some not so great, but hey, it's Kiss music in 2026. Great show again, guys. Keep up the good work. I hear you. I hear you, Fruitcake. BP says, yeah, skin tags and liver spots. Funny thing is, this album is better than anything Paul or Gene could produce right now. Whether you like it or hate it, good on Peter for having a crack at 80. Okay. Matthew Tyler says, I was making breakfast and the podcast was on in the background. I literally laughed out loud when he sings, I really like him nice and big. Unreal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Exactly. Thomas Hubner says, first, let me say your podcast is very well done. All the voices and the volume of the music is balanced very well. I really like the album. Favorite song is Murder. Only the closer is a stinker. Thank God there is a bonus track after that. If you listen to a song like All for the Money and then to songs like Attitude and Better Than You from Metallica's Load album, you can hear that the guitar sound isn't the same. Don't ever bring Metallica into this. That's all I'll say. Never thought Tom is so negative about the album. Well, I didn't think I would be either, Thomas, until I listened to it.
He's always pulling at his pants and shit.
Our buddy Mo keeps track of all this stuff. He says this was the debut of Gary Cap's theme soundbite.
Oh.
Why, you yellow bitch, you motherfucker. You dirty, rotten son of a bitch. You're a cocksucker and a motherfucker. You're a whore bastard. You're no fucking good, you son of a bitch.
It's about Gary down.
I love it. Instagram, we got here. Junior Vintage. Call me crazy, but Creepy Crawler sound like it could have fit on Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare. Shout out to the Catman for delivering a new album at age 80. The more I listen, the more it grows on me.
Ooh.
Dave Rockstar, I want to apologize for being negative. Why? Don't ever apologize. I love Peter, but gee whiz, this album was so disappointing and embarrassing at times. When I heard that musicians such as John Five and Billy Sheehan were involved, I had hoped that this would be more of a hard rock record, similar to Criss #1. And Peter himself previously stated that he wanted to give us Kiss fans what we wanted this time, a hard rock record. Instead, he delivered the opposite. Given his age and not being a prolific songwriter, he should have just gotten someone like Desmond Child to help him write. I just want to know who advised him to record a song such as Hard Rock Knockers. Anyway, at least the album cover was okay.
You're hurting me. You're really hurting me.
Peter really hurt me last week. Listen to this. Barnatam, I can't read this. I guess this thing is wish Ace Frehley was here.
Not gonna work here anymore.
He says, wish Ace Frehley was here, and then about 100 crying emojis.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. It sounds like, you're getting a little overreactive to this.
Well, I'm hurt.
Things that we can do for you.
I'm very hurt.
Overreactive.
Yeah, it's not even a phrase.
It's not even a word per se.
Jeez.
All right, let's blow through a couple quick emails and then we'll move along here. Lou Acosta, can't thank you enough for saving me both money and time with your review of this album. I'd much sooner spend my time and money hooking jumper cables up to my nutsack, ripping my eyes out, and jumping out of a window in that order. No offense, Zeus. Okay.
These guys started to become very offensive toward me and throwing bricks and blocks down on top of me.
Bricks in a one block.
Well, that is what makes that clip hilarious. Not blocks, block. Bricks and block. Oh, God. All right. What else have we got here? Mark Bulmer. Couldn't wait for this episode, and as usual, you guys delivered. I love Tom's rant about Gene not being able to, or willing to, for want of a better phrase, stay in his lane. I'm reminded of the 42 seconds of pure gold stated by the late, great Johnny Carson, which can be found in the YouTube, where he says, and he kind of just bitching about, talking about serious issues. That's a little different, though. I don't have a problem with that. It's just Gene just being hypocritical. As for Peter's new album, I believe Peter wrote these songs because no one else is as capable as writing banal, simple lyrics as Peter. I believe Tom shares the same discomfort as I do, trying to harmonize early 80s songwriting with 2025 production and musical talent wizardry hurts our brains. I believe if this exact album was released in 1978, along with Peter's younger vocals, it would have outsold Gene's. And I agree with Zeus. Despite what I said earlier, I love this album. I don't believe Peter played a lick of drums on this album. Not a single drumstick. You guys are the best. Thanks again for an awesome show and knowing how to appreciate each other's opinions with humor and true listening skills. Oh, thank you for that. Finish up emails here with one from our buddy Glenn Barth. Woo! As always, a great episode, but this album is crap. It was a one and done for me, but I broke it out again for this episode. Couldn't make it through a single song the second time around. Just brutal. Cheesy lyrics, and they're spoken, not sung. Not a trait of Peter's because we're all fans of his voice. Did he actually write these lyrics, or did he go to somebody's house and learn how to have AI help him? If I were to rank this, it would fall below all of the discs in the vault. And yes, I listened to all the discs on the vault just to make sure. So far, the vault's awesome. I originally thought it would be a bad idea to have him on as a guest, because it would be difficult to give him any accolades for this album, but I was wrong. Zeus could have a cock-slobbering good time if Peter came on the show to talk about this turd, but it's Peter. I had to buy it, and I'm glad I did. It makes for a great coaster. And then he posts a picture of him using the CD literally as a coaster. Oh, Glenn. That's rough, dude. That's rough.
Yeah.
All right. And what we're going to do now is finish up feedback with an email that we got from the Discmen. Hey, guys, I'm kind of a latecomer to the podcast in general, but I caught wind of you from Jericho's podcast. Finally checking out for the first time today. Listen to the first episode as I type. I'm enjoying it, as I did my own Kiss playlist on Spotify a while, in kind of the same vein as you. I keep meaning to do more, but the Kiss one is still the only one so far. When I did mine, I gave myself some roles as well. My rules were that the songs had to be deep cuts from makeup-era Kiss albums that were not singles, featured on any live albums or the Unplugged album. So he's referring to our kind of deep cut, episode. Pretty similar to you guys. And then he says, thanks, guys. Enjoying the podcast so far. I have a lot of content ahead of me, Dean. Well, Dean, thank you for being a latecomer. Better late than never, like Paul always says. Thank you for listening to our buddy Chris Jericho and hearing about us. Thank you for interacting with us via email and making your own Spotify playlist. And for that, Dean, you are the comment of the week.
Good answer. Good answer. I like the way you think. We're going to be watching you.
Yeah, thank you for that, Dean. Appreciate that you picked up on us. And that usually happens often. You listen to somebody else's podcast, you like a guest, then you start listening to their podcast.
Yep.
So that's great. We appreciate that, buddy, and thank you. Speaking of thank you, Tom, we have two new people we need to thank because there are two new people that joined our Patreon family. However, neither of the two are new to us.
Right.
So sometimes we get that mixture of like people that were like, I've never seen this guy interact. And then other times there are longtime people that just joined up recently. And these two new people are people that we know pretty well because they've been longtime contributors. And that is Scott Greer joins us today as a Spaceman member, and Liam Hayden joins us as a Catman member. So Scott and Liam, thank you so much, both of you, longtime listeners. Appreciate all your contributions over there and appreciate the fact that you jumped in and joined our Patreon family. We can't thank you and our Patreon members and family members enough. Patreon helps the show out tremendously. Okay. And with that contribution that you guys give us, we like to give you guys something back. And that is either merch, which has different merch depending on the tier that you're in, involvement in the show, whether it be Zoom videos, chats, or polls, Friday Flashback, the ARC pick, the mailbag, our own message board, which is just fucking awesome and full of inside stupid humor, which I fucking love. So much more. And if you're out there listening, you're like, I think I'm going to join, jump in. Why do you do that? You go to our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com.
Go to him.
And right on the landing page, you'll see the link to Patreon. We have 4 different tiers. Pick one that, that fits your monetary needs, and then help out the show. And that's what Patreon does. It helps us out tremendously. So thank you to Scott and Liam, and thank you to our Patreon family, and you out there, the listener. Come join the Patreon family. Thank you.
Yeah, I love this, especially seeing guys like Liam and Scott that have been contributors for so long. Thank you so much for joining the party, joining the Patreon family, and thank you to everyone that's been a part of this amazing family. It continues to grow, and the show continues to grow thanks to you and all of your amazing generosity. So be cool like Liam and Scott. Check us out, join Patreon, click on the link on our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. And again, Liam and Scott, thank you.
And then all the Patreon merch and stuff should have already been mailed, so you guys should be receiving. Anyone that hadn't received anything should have gotten theirs by now. So thank you for that, and make sure that you jump on board and you can get some Patreon merch from Shout It Out Loudcast. Tom, what we do next is we go over to Kiss World. What's going on there? Anything?
All right, so we got some big news, but we'll save that for a second. We'll start off with some silly news. Our buddy Vinnie Vincent's at it again, Zeus.
Oh, boy.
And there's a little bit of details here that I didn't know about this because I think everyone was first harping on the price, which they should, because Guitarmageddon is finished. This is from the official social media. The entire album is priced at $2 million. Now, this is what they say here. And I didn't realize this. So the entire album will be offered in master format only for $2 million. This includes 10 songs mixed in master, final product format, all the master files of the artwork, related posters, 10 separate vinyl CD packaging for each individual song, should the buyer choose to release the album on a per-song basis. Now, this is where it gets interesting, Zeus. The buyer can choose to release the entire album in any format they desire, vinyl, CD, or any other configuration in whole or in part at their discretion. All marketing plans and ideas require approval by Vinnie Vincent. This price does not include any rights, titles, or interest in the copyrights or trademarks related to Vinnie or the product itself. If the buyer wishes to purchase any associated rights in the compositions, a separate agreement can be arranged and negotiated. The price will also include a perpetual license to use the brand name Vinnie Vincent Invasion and Vinnie Vincent for the life of the album. Option number 2, each individual song can be purchased for $200,000 each. All terms and conditions listed above regarding the album will apply to each song. So Zeus, when are we buying this?
Do you realize how fucking insane that is?
It's to the point now where it's not even like comical. It's just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
The fact is, the music doesn't sell anymore. You can't make money from selling something. So you don't own the songwriting or publishing really of these songs. You can just distribute it and do whatever the fuck you want with it.
His approval. Approval.
So if you're like, I want to put this out and sell it as a CD. Yeah. Who's putting up the money to put it out as a CD? You are.
Exactly. I don't know. I mean, again, it's not even he's so annoying and stupid and obnoxious. Like, it's like not even entertaining anymore.
But like, do you know how delusional you are? I'm thinking of like great artists if they have like a lost album. Is anybody buying it for $2 million?
No. I mean, we scoffed at Gene selling the Vault. I mean, in retrospect, that's a fucking bargain. What came with it?
Gene sold the Vault. What was it? $2,000?
Yeah.
For like 2,000 fucking songs, whatever he had on it.
Right.
But like, this is just beyond comical. Does you realize what a joke he sounds like? Someone's going to be like, most people are going to be like, who's fucking Vinnie Vincent?
Well, I think
some guy selling his album. Like,
I think he thinks that he's like a very sophisticated recording artist, and he's putting this out there. And yeah, if we can work on this together, and this is the price. And people are like, dude, you are like, no one other than the people listening to our show right now. I don't know if there's anybody who fucking knows who Vinnie Vincent is.
So think of it this way. It's almost like Guns N' Roses never released Chinese Democracy.
Right.
And Axl's like, I'll sell that for $2 million. Anybody wants to buy it. Nobody would buy it.
But at least
it's Guns N' Roses.
And Axl Rose. Right. They have a global fan base.
It's almost like he's like Beethoven in between. Like the world has been waiting 15 years for Beethoven's latest symphony. I can't say Mozart because Mozart was prolific. But I'm like, what is he going to do? Well, you have to pay him this much for him to produce this album. Dude, you're fucking Vinnie Vincent.
You're Private Cusano. That's who you are.
Nobody is paying this kind of money for that. Are you fucking insane? Where do you think that your artistry is that valued? And if you are an artist, put it out. Let everybody tell you how awesome it is. You know what's going to end up happening, right?
Tell me.
Somebody's going to get that fucking copy. And they're going to fucking Sam Loomis him and throw it up on YouTube, and everyone's going to and rip it in one day, and it's going to be fucking, he's going to be like, there goes $2 million.
You know what else
there goes $50 because that's what people would buy that for.
And it doesn't take a lot of work to put music on Spotify. For a perfect example, my son has a friend from high school. He's in college now. He's in a band. He goes to school in Purdue. to Purdue. He's in a band. Okay? His friends, just for shits and giggles, recorded a couple songs. They put their music on Spotify.
Yeah, but anybody can do that. We put our podcast
but that's
Spotify.
but that's exactly my point. Anybody can do it, meaning if somebody were to buy this, now this album is on Spotify for all of us to listen to for free.
Eventually, it would get stripped down because no one would have the right to put it up there. What I'm saying is YouTube, you'd put it up and you would get like marked by Vinnie Vincent. But by that time that happens, someone's already stripped it and already fucking burnt it. And it'll be all on the next Kiss Hard convention. I mean, the indie convention and being sold.
Same thing with Spotify. My point is, if somebody were to spend this money, it's going to get out there and everybody's going to fucking hear it. Which is
nobody's going to spend it. Somebody that he works with or lives with or had this is going to get a copy of it. He's going to be like, hey,
I'm going to spend it because then it'll be in my vault.
Vinny is going to piss somebody off and, oh yeah, fucking here's your music. And I think he's going to fucking lose a gasket. Like he's going to fucking lose it if they do that. But I'm telling you, somehow it's going to end up on the internet at some point. And
absolutely.
Somebody stole $2 million from me. No, they didn't. Dude, nobody was buying it for $2 million. No, just delusional shit.
All right, so now let's get to the big news. Gene Simmons, Kiss opened a long-awaited. I love that. It's hilarious. Long-awaited. Yeah, people in Detroit have been waiting for Rock and Brews to open up. So of course Gene can't help himself from talking. They ask about the future of Kiss. Gene says, "Quote: More is good. It's like if you go into Tiffany's and ask the guy at the front door, do you have any jewelry? Of course the answer is yes. And if you say, what have you got? It's tough, so answer because there's so many things. We're working really hard, all of us, in making sure that the quality of everything will blow you away because over the years the fans have been expecting not the norm, but the extra norm. In many ways, Kiss was the caterpillar that went into the cocoon, and you think that's the end, but it's really the beginning. We're going to go where no band has gone before."
And if you guys can't see that, this is me jerking off in the air. Like,
there's more. It gets better. Before I read this comment, this is the most immature, sour grapes. Like, it's something that a kid in high school would say who's, like, in love with Sally, and he finds out Sally doesn't like him. He's like, I don't care. I don't like Sally anyway. She's no good. Because Gene says, we're going to blow your socks off in ways more exciting than the Sphere. People who go to Vegas to see a show in the Sphere, they're awed by the massive scale of everything. There's nothing wrong with the Sphere, but I'll go on a limb and make sure people understand that the Kiss avatars is going to make that seem like a popcorn fart. What the fuck are you... Gene, with all due respect, your jealousy is seeping through because you're mad that you'll never be at the Sphere. You're mad that no one cares about the avatars. You're mad that no one cares enough about Kiss to put you at the Sphere. So what you're going to do is you're going to minimize and shit on the Sphere, which is just absurd. He says, in addition to the visuals, the Avatar show will attack the senses. If you see a dragon in to scoop you up and it breathes fire, there will be fire all around you, and you'll feel the heat. The fire, the brimstone, the coffee. You'll be able to smell it. We attack the senses instead of virtual reality, which only attacks the eyes. He adds that the Avatar show will be staged all around the world rather than just one location. Kiss still has 2 film projects in the work. The script is being refined, casting is on its way, Mick G is finishing up, moving on to our film, a documentary is finished, there's a cartoon show in the works with Warner Brothers. Now, another Kiss Cruise Vegas is planned for September. Another Kiss Cruise landlocked in Vegas is planned for November. Last year's edition saw Simmons, Stanley, Singer, and Thayer return to the stage for Unmasked and Uncostumed. Quote, this was a lot of fun, Simmons recalls, because we could just, as they say, let our hair down. Not worry about big projection, big private jets, and 60 people on the crew being a traveling city. You just show up and plug in, like you're going over to your aunt's house and putting on a concert in the garage. It's shits and giggles like I do with my Gene Simmons solo band. The idea of being up on stage is miraculous. It really is. The real thrill will always be the relationship we have with our fans. The Kiss Army put us here in the first place. There's a big debt of gratitude, respect, admiration, and love, as you know and as you've seen, and there always will be. Go ahead.
No, let me add one more thing to that.
Please.
So Paul was also interviewed recently, and he said the exact same kind of things.
Uh-huh.
Gene just went a little further. Paul just said in this interview, this he's talking about like the whole fucking Avatar stuff. This is as real as I am. There's no reason for us to live within the boundaries of other rock bands. We're not that. We're Kiss. Dude.
Everything they say is made for somebody who's discovering Kiss for the first time. And I'm sorry, there's not a lot of people discovering Kiss for the first time.
The way the two of them talk, the hyperbole that they use, reminds me of somebody too. But I don't want to get into that atmosphere.
I know. I know.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, you're never gonna believe what you're gonna see, dude. You guys have been talking this shit. Fucking stop over promising and under delivering. Just say we're excited about it. I just can't wait till you guys see it. I'm telling you, you guys will really, really like it. Just trust me on this. That works way better than this shit. Because you know what? We've heard this shit before.
And it's just shitty looking just to minimize the sphere. Like, dude, if they came knocking on your door, you'd come on, dude. And then I want to see what you think of this because we like to pick apart.
Oh, yeah, because Led Zeppelin isn't this type. Oh, that's other bands. We're Kiss. Yeah, Aerosmith can't do what you're doing because you're Kiss. Right. Zeppelin can't. Fucking the Beatles can't. The Stones can't. Nobody else can, right? You're Kiss. You're like, dude, stop talking like this. You're putting a target on your back. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but Zeus, let's be serious. They've been empowered and they've been enabled by the Kiss tards to do this. Vegas and the Kiss Cruise landlocked like I predicted was going to happen. I said it was going to happen. I said this band is never getting on a fucking boat ever again. Why would they? Because listen to what Gene says. You just show up and plug in like you're going to your aunt's house. It's shits and giggles.
Remember I told you
no
a long
offense.
time ago, they're going to give you less and less for more price and more price.
No, I know we like to microanalyze their comments, but to me, is it just me or is that like minimize shits and giggles? It's like playing at my aunt's house. We're just going to plug in. We don't have to travel. That's exactly why I said they're never getting on a boat again.
So as I said to our text group, I'm not spending another $5,000 to fucking do this again.
And I can tell you right now, Zeus, we've had some other conversations, whether it be texting, DMs, comments, Facebook. There's a lot of people that are like, I'm all set.
Yeah,
I'm not doing
go
this
fuck
again.
yourselves with this shit.
I'm not doing this again.
So what's it going to be this time? Oh, and this time Vixen will play. Quiet Riot will be there. Fucking, Sebastian Bach will be there doing Twisted Sister song.
Right, exactly.
Like, Tommy Thayer is going to be selling his wine. Paul will be having his art stuff.
Yep.
Dude, it's like it's just a fucking gig for money. It's a constant money grab. It's insulting.
And the thing that kept the cruise going, and we went on 2 cruises, yes, there was a lot of repetition and similarities in the cruises, but the thing that pulled people in was that those other headlining bands, whether you like Night Ranger or Queensryche or Black Label Society, whatever, whether or not, you had Kiss, and then you had 2 or 3 nights of like legitimate headlining acts with other smaller bands that played around the clubs and played during the afternoon and the evening, and you had different things. This, I'm sorry, with all due respect to these bands, I love Bruce and I love his fucking band. I just don't need to see them again. And I'm sorry, I love some of these other bands that you mentioned. It's Creatures Fest all over again. It's this. You got to find a way to give us something other than checking into the Virgin Hotel for 3 days, getting a lanyard, getting a T-shirt, watching a cover band, going to see Tommy pop the cork on his wine. No, not for that fucking price.
Dude, you also forgot. I mean, maybe that's it for you for the bands. It's the atmosphere on a cruise. It's the fucking food that you can pig out on any day of the night. The convenience of once you're on that cruise, everything's right there.
And it's a vacation too. If you want to get off and go to Belize, if you want to get off and go to Mexico,
it's give me a fucking break. If I'm spending that money, I'm on a fucking cruise eating whatever I want to eat.
You bring up a good point. It's a cruise.
Right? So
when you go to Vegas, you're at a fucking hotel.
Yeah, kind of off the strip and fucking doing your own thing. Dude, it ain't worth it. No offense. I love our friends. Let's do something different. I'm not fucking going there to see the same fucking cover bands, to see the same fucking artists at all these events, to go watch Kiss play Cold Gin for the 1 millionth time, to fucking not go to Paul's art thing, Gene's buy a bass. Why the fuck do I care about that shit? I'm sorry. What are you going to do? The last time was because there was that hint, maybe Peter and Ace. I'm not going to fucking Vegas. Then Peter, you think Peter Criss is going to show up at a Kiss event now after what Gene did to him?
Yep.
That's never happened. So who are you bringing that's going to get me that excited?
Nobody.
You had fucking Ezrin via satellite, and same thing with fucking Eddie Kramer. What is the sale? Like, who's the big guy you're going to bring me? They're all there. The same people will be there. Bruce and his awesome band. All right. Bruce and them are going to play a great set. I'm sure they are. But I'd rather when he come around, maybe he tours up here and I'll see him for $50.
The only thing I could say is that if you didn't go last year, I would absolutely 100% recommend to go, because last year I loved it. It was different. It was fun. There was a ton to do. All of our friends were there. But like Zeus said, it's not a cruise. It's not a vacation. You're checking into a hotel for 3 days and entertaining yourself with unless there's something going on. And the stuff that's going on, let's be serious, the itinerary, we were like, yeah, we're not doing that. There was a day where you and the guys went out to lunch. There was a day when me, Brad, and Gary went up into his hotel room, listened to Kiss music, and friggin' drank beers. And I loved it. That's great. I'm not minimizing that. I'm just saying there needs to be more. And I knew
I'd rather go to Myrtle Beach with the guys and rent a fucking or hotel, like a beach place, and fucking hang out with my buddies and shoot the shit for fucking a weekend. Why am I going down there? No offense. It ain't going to be better this year. It's going to be way worse, and it's going to sell out way less, because the half of the people that probably went last year were like, oh, that was good.
Yep.
I ain't doing that again this year. It's not Kiss hadn't played for a few years.
Correct.
This is the first time back. There were hints of people going to surprise you.
Yep.
You didn't know what was going to happen. We saw it. It was great. It was a good time. I'm not fucking doing that again. I don't have fear of missing out. What am I missing out on? Seeing fucking Kiss tards and gatekeepers walking around like they're fucking hot shit? What do I give a fuck?
And like you said, you said it. It makes perfect sense. At least on the cruise, you're on a cruise. You're on a vacation. So if you bring your significant other, your husband, your wife, your loved one, or friends, yeah, it's those bands, it's those activities that we're talking about. But you're on a ship, and it's going to port to 2 different locations for you to enjoy the beach and fucking zip lining and jet skiing. It's a vacation. This is. Hey, what are we gonna do? Oh, really? Hey, you want to go gamble? Actually, you want to go down to downtown, go to the strip? Like, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah, after day 1.5, you're gonna be sick of the food that's in there.
Exactly.
You're gonna fucking have to leave and get Ubers and all that shit.
And the other thing, Zeus, sick of the food, sick of paying for the food because it's not fucking included,
and it ain't cheap.
No,
I mean, who the fuck cares about the shit that you're gonna go see there again? Why do you need to listen to fucking them play Shout It Out Loud again?
People are gonna be mad, Zeus.
I don't give a fuck.
Zeus, we don't sound like real Kiss fans. Come on, we don't sound like we're being negative.
Oh, you're miserable.
We should,
dude. I'm not miserable. No. I'm smiling and laughing right now. The fact is, guys, this is just an easy sell for them. They don't care because they're getting paid by Pop House Show Up.
That's right.
They don't have any chance of losing money for this.
And I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat myself. I'm sorry. When Gene says you just show up and plug in like going to your aunt's house, it shits and giggles. Now, other people are like, what's that? That just means he's going to have a good time. Yeah, he's going to have fun. It also means he doesn't really give a fuck. Because I'm sorry, comparing this to going to your aunt's house and plugging in for shits and giggles, that's like you're just a fucking goof. That's a goof.
Maybe they'll say, well, we'll play live the whole way through.
Great. So
unless you're telling me you're going to play fucking Crazy Nights or something off the fucking wall. If you told me they were going to, and they're going to play Hot in the Shade the whole album through,
in its entirety,
that would be something different.
Correct. If it was themed, you're right. The early Kiss cruises were themed. Okay? Creatures of the Deep. They had all these different things, and they would do themed events.
Yeah, it's going to be classic albums, and they're going to play most of the shit through. They already do. They're going to play Destroy Your 50th Anniversary or Rock and Roll Over. Is Kiss going to play See You in Your Dreams? Are they going to play Mr. Speed?
You give it.
Am I going to spend $5,000 to go see Paul fucking butcher Mr. Speed?
I'm anxious to see what the prices are going to be. But with Vibey running the operation like they did last year, if
they'll
Vibey
probably
runs
try to
this,
switch it then, Tom. What do you think?
Meaning
like you can get a hotel separate. You don't have to pay for the whole package.
Well, the other thing people were bitching about was that you had to buy the package and you couldn't choose nights. Why can't I just book the hotel? And if I want to pay for, they're never going to do that. And I kind of understand that.
You don't think they'll ever say, come whenever, get a hotel room wherever?
Never. No. Nope. It's going to be Vibey package deal just like last year. And it's the middle of March. Last year at this time, we bought our packages from Vibey in March.
I mean, there was no, hey, big announcements coming, something's coming, something coming. This is just Gene just shooting his mouth off again with no buildup.
Which again, I'm glad you brought that up because how do we even know if he's fucking talking about 2026? We don't know what the fuck he's talking about. It's getting frustrating, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I was joking about real Kiss fans. No, we are because we're discerning fans. We care about the band so much that we're sick of doing the same repetitive, expensive shit over and over again because we've done it all. Sorry. And you said it, Zeus. We've talked to a lot of people today, and a lot of those people are not going.
Big fans
for many of the same. These are people that have been on all the cruises. That don't miss a single event. And they're like, I think I might be checked out on this one this year unless something spectacularly different happens. What could that be?
Jepsen even said it. Jepsen of all people.
Yep.
Giggity, 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 giggity.
Said that he wasn't thinking of going.
If you've lost Jepsen.
Trot is out, I think. I don't know. Gary might be the only one, but I don't even know Gary's going to go. It's the same old shit. Like, This just isn't for me. Like,
I agree.
In the expo, this shit, like,
I know.
Maybe I just see fandom in a different light than other people see fandom. I guess people just expect you to have to be one way or the other. To me, if you like Kiss, like them. If you don't like something about Kiss, then don't like something about Kiss. But you have the right to do whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't make you a better fan or listener or fucking miserable or a fathead or whatever. You can have your own opinion about whatever you want to have about Kiss. You're no better than I am.
I mean, I will say this just to wrap up here. I will admit, if the prices were not through the roof, okay, if it was like a sensible package, maybe. I mean, it's Vegas, it's Kiss, our buddies, like maybe. But last year, for what we paid for that thing, with no meals and no drinks included, are you fucking high? Hell no.
And with that, did you get a chance to meet Paul or Gene or get something autographed by them?
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Same thing.
Nothing. Nope.
So,
nope.
All right. Let's move on. Let's take our quick little break.
Stop. Don't talk anymore. I'm hearing shit in the background. What is that?
God bless Ace. God bless that man.
Well, this was extended feedback and extended news. So we'll try to keep this conversation about the 50th anniversary of Destroyer pretty compactful, right? Because we've done this stuff before. We've had James Campion back last year to talk about retrospective on this album. We obviously did the Destroyer album. We've done the box set breakdown. So this isn't something that we need to beat over the head. However, Destroyer is still probably the biggest selling, we don't know because we don't have the stats, but realistically the biggest selling studio album by Kiss and the most famous. Am I right?
Of course. I mean, it's synonymous with, I mean, we say this all the time. People who don't like Kiss like this album. They know this album. This is the, and I was getting into an argument with another text chain. We're talking about Zeppelin and stuff and arguing the merits of Zeppelin 4. And I said, it's like Destroyer. It's the starter kit. It's your entry point for a lot of people. It's the album that critics love. It's the album that people say, do you like Kiss? Oh yeah, I have Destroyer on vinyl. You like Zeppelin? Yeah, I have Led Zeppelin 4 on vinyl. It's universal, whether it's your favorite or whatever, but it's universal. It's one of those albums that is a staple of 70s classic rock, whether you love it or hate it, or love Kiss or hate them.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's made people's list reluctantly, like critics' list of 70s albums or great rock albums. They'll throw this in there. They ain't going to touch anything else, but they'll put this one in there.
That's right. That's right.
Detroit Rock City is about as critically darling and awesome as it is, too, for both of them, like critics and fans, okay? Beth, the biggest selling song. God of Thunder, Gene's theme. Do You Love Me gets played all the time. Shout It Out Loud, the secondary anthem for Kiss. There's just a lot of stuff there that have over time made this album become we'll throw Kiss's Destroyer in there.
Yeah, and the other thing too, this is the first album, and I think these things go hand in hand. It's got credibility. It's got Bob Ezrin producing. It's got incredible production quality. It's got sophisticated production quality, whether you like it or not. It's got background singers, orchestra, vocals, strings, calliopes. It's
kids
got a
on fucking walkie-talkies.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of stuff. And it's also the beginning of the superhero comic book hero imagery of Kiss with the album.
Kiss is colorized now.
That's right, because before you had the debut album photo, the black and white Hotter Than Hell photo, the black and white Dressed to Kill photo, the Alive photo. Now you have now Kiss has arrived.
Kiss has landed in Oz. Now they're colorized.
That's right.
The black and white imagery is gone.
That's right.
Now they're landed in Oz. It's all color.
Yep.
It's all superhero. It's all now personalities and characters.
Yep.
And that's just the imagery. We haven't even talked about the music.
No.
But Destroyer puts them on a different path. Alive obviously opens the door, and Destroyer allows them to be like, okay, this is real. This isn't fake.
Yep.
This isn't a one and done. This is a band that's going to be here because they have something different and something that they can continue to grow with. And they did. This was the starting point, and they got bigger and bigger as the albums went along.
And I think that's one of the reasons why maybe myself and some other fans and the band themselves were like, yeah, but we need to go back to raw, plug it in Eddie Kramer albums because we're afraid that this may have betrayed some of our fan base with Beth, with Great Expectations, with the Calliope, in some of those, Flaming Youth type stuff, the cinematic universe that Kiss became, which is fucking awesome. But, you really lost some people on some of those tracks. Not all of them, because let's be serious, the majority of the album does rip. I mean, the majority of it's not my favorite album. Because I prefer that unpolished, unvarnished image that Eddie Kramer gave him with Rock and Roll Over and Love Gun. But Destroyer is undeniable. But even like I said, even the band themselves are like, maybe we did a little overcorrection.
Well, they were
here.
premature with that because Beth hadn't hit yet.
Right.
When they went to the studio. So they were already thinking about that. But Beth didn't become the super hit that it was yet.
Right.
When they already started planning what their next move was.
Right.
And then afterwards, they probably kind of figured it out.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter regardless what Ezrin did. And that's the big thing for me when I think of this album. It's Kiss in and of itself, but then you got Bob Ezrin helping fine-tune these songs.
Credibility.
But nobody else has been able to come in and fix and help songs like Ezrin did with Kiss. Kramer was a sound specialist. He wasn't a song specialist.
No.
And Ezrin did both. And I think what he did creatively with Paul and Gene, I will say this over and over. He's still, I think, their best producer. And I know it's up for debate, and that's fine. But to me, what he did with his production and his songwriting capabilities, think of what he did with Beth. Just Beth in and of itself. If you look at where Beth was and then what he ended up putting on that album, that's Bob Ezrin.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, the lyrical content, too. Detroit Rock City, Kiss never really had a song like that. A story song. And then you really had some incredible, quote-unquote, cock rock from Paul. King of the Nighttime World, my Headlight Queen, like all those lyrics. Vulnerability, Do You Love Me, Great Expectations, Beth.
Dude, God of Thunder.
God of well, then I was going to say
the
God
guitar,
of Thunder.
that riff. Dun, 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 dun. Dude, everybody grew up on that fucking riff. All those 80s hair metal fucking guitar guys and that fucking guitar sound. They love that shit. And everyone talked about the musicianship on that, whether it be Ace's solo in Detroit Rock City, like I said, the riff of God of Thunder. There's so much to choose from on this album. Even the deep cut to me, Sweet Pain, singing it for years, had no idea it's about fucking S&M.
Yep. Flaming Youth. I mean, it's just shout
that
out
title.
loud.
That
I
title.
Yeah, I know. But like, Do You Love Me? I mean, the songs are, for the most part, amazing. I know it's not. Beth and Great Expectations are so just abhorrent for to listen to. I understand the
That's
power
your
of,
opinion.
Of course, that's the only opinion I'm giving. I would never speak for anybody else.
Saying.
But I think the other thing too is let's talk about what this did for the band's trajectory, because this is when you read James Campion's book. You
Hall of Famer James Campion.
Thank you. You do some research on the making of this. This is when the cracks started to show up. You have Ace not showing up. You have Dick Wagner showing up to do some solos. You have Peter being like brutalized by Bob Ezrin to get the best out of him, which he did. And, then the popularity of Beth. What did this do to Peter? And what did this do to Paul and the future of the band? You start to, this was kind of quote unquote the beginning of the end, because it's 3 years later, they were pretty much done.
Yeah, you're right on that. That's the double-edged sword of Ezrin. It's like, I'll bring this guy. Don't worry about Ace. Just sit over there. Like, the behind the stuff. Like, wait a minute, all 4 guys don't contribute all equally. Like we all had this image.
Right.
No, he didn't care. He just wanted to get the best songs out there on this album.
Yep.
But he didn't realize about the band dynamics. If you just tell Ace he doesn't have to do shit,
he's not going to do it.
Then you start skipping him instead of getting the best out of him, which is the difference between Peter and Ace. Peter fucking put up with the bullshit to get this best performance. Ace was just like, fuck it.
Right.
I'm playing cards. Bring somebody else in. I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
That's huge. And then when they saw those kind of cracks happening, they pounced Paul and Gene. And fuck it, we can do shit without Ace on certain things. Well, fuck Peter. He can't even produce this stuff to our level, as you can see what Bob was saying about him. So I'm going to start disrespecting him now even more. And all the tension started arising.
And then the same thing with the touring too. We talk about that iconic Spirit of 76 poster, the touring. This is when they started to get creative with the stage sets, because before this, it was pretty much just the black and white, the candelabra on one side, now they have like a stage, like a more of a show. And of course, we talked about the album cover. The costumes are getting really outrageous. I mean, I'm a Love Gun guy. I'm a Love Gun tour guy, Love Gun album cover guy. But there are times when I look at that Destroyer album cover and those costumes and I'm like, God damn, it's fucking hard to deny that. It's hard to deny that greatness right there, image wise.
Yeah. So that's just the thing. I think now you're starting to see, variety of their stage costumes. Really, if Ezra didn't come in, if Ken Kelly's album cover wasn't there,
right?
Do they really jump from what they were kind of, simpler, kind of S&M, silver and black and outfits? Maybe they didn't change.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was Eddie Kramer that came in and they did Rock and Roll Over and it's just an album cover without the, superhero colors and brightness, maybe they just would have their costumes would be kind of, a dog collar here and there.
Right. Or if they just did something similar to Harder Than Hell or another kind of quote unquote silly thing like Dress to Kill.
Stripped down, like
stripped
uniform.
down. And not only that, but think about it. If Ezrin didn't come in, and that's why you're right. It's a double-edged sword, because if they came in and just had another album of like kind of poppy, snappy hits, Come On and Love Me and like that, would they have been able to cash in on what Alive did for them? I think the combination of Alive plus the imagery and Ezrin's production in those songs, and of course Beth, just launched them like no one ever expected.
Yeah, and don't forget too, I know Beth gets a lot of the credit. Detroit Rock City has been just that song in and of itself, they fucking did a movie on that title.
Yep.
People say that title with other cities now. It's become like part of the lexicon. Oh, Boston Rock City. Oh, Texas, San Antonio Rock City, whatever.
Yep.
It's become something. The song itself is still a song that I don't get sick of.
Me too.
I have no fatigue of it.
Nope. I agree.
And just the story, the fucking keys, the engine starting, the car crash, all that stuff. It's still part of the legend of this fucking album.
Yep.
And it's insane that, and then you got right into King of the Nighttime World, then right into God of Thunder.
Yeah.
I mean, that threesome right there is the best threesome I know of on any album.
Yep.
I can't get enough of it.
When we did our album side episode with Chris L from Pot of Thunder, I mean, that side one of Destroyer, kind of hard to deny the power of that. And then again, 50th anniversary, we didn't talk about it, but the band is no dummies. I'm still confused why they released a box set for the 45th anniversary and not the 50th, but whatever. But they released a picture disc, a colored vinyl, for the first time ever, a liquid filled vinyl.
I don't know what that means.
It's literally a vinyl record, okay, pressed, but in between it is liquid that moves around.
No, I'm just saying I didn't know that they never done something like that before.
No, it's a ridiculous collector's item that they've never done before. They had to do something because they already did the box set. So they did the picture disc, the merch, all these different variations. That's fine if that's
didn't you have to buy a fucking sweatshirt again?
T-shirt, I think. I don't even remember. I'm just sick of buying shit, but that's what I do because I'm stupid. But whatever.
I didn't buy anything. I looked at the collection, like, great. I don't know how many Detroit Rock City or fucking Destroyer T-shirts I have.
Right.
Again, maybe somebody will get their panties in a bunch. How many more Destroyer?
You didn't buy the Japanese printed T-shirt with the fucking Beth logo, whatever the fuck it's called?
Like, I have like some that I really like.
Yeah.
That if I go to a Kiss event or a concert, maybe I'll wear those. How many of them am I fucking wear in a year? Like, how much more Kiss shit do I need?
That's like one of my favorite quotes ever. How much more Kiss shit do I need?
That's just it.
Ugh.
I threw pennies into the street in Chinatown because I knew he would run out and retrieve them. I used to just stand on the curb and fling them, and he would run into the gutter to get the coins.
That's why I need to buy more, Tom. So Gene doesn't have to go into the gutter to get the coins.
Think about that's kind of what the band is doing now. They're throwing shit into the gutter and watching us all run and get. They're watching us all run into the gutter to get it. Oh, a T-shirt. Oh, a poster. Oh, a limited day 2 Vegas lithograph. Like,
it's collector's mentality.
That's all it is.
These shit. Someone's got to get everything. It's completionist. I got to get everything that they put up on the Destroyer collection, and then I got to display it in posters and put it in my room and stuff.
Or I have to sell it. Or I have to go sell it when it's exclusive. Well, that's what I mean. If it's exclusive and sold out, I'm going to buy it all and then I'm going to sell it.
Yep. I can appreciate the 50th anniversary of this album. I can appreciate the 50th anniversary of Hotter Than Hell and obviously Alive. I mean, yeah, obviously what we got coming up, we got, Rock and Roll Over, Love Gun and stuff. This one has a special place because I think this one started what is probably the fans of our generations like first one to jump into, because Alive, I believe, was a little bit. There's a gap between the Alive ones and the Alive 2 crowds.
It's only 1 year, but it feels like a huge difference between Alive and Destroyer.
Right?
Yeah.
But the people that were into Alive with the first 3 albums versus the people into Alive 2 and the next 3 albums after Alive.
Absolutely.
So the Destroyer was part of that. And so you're going to be a Destroyer tard or a Kiss debut tard. I don't know. Right. But for me, this album stands the test of time. I'm proud of this album. I love it. I can't get enough. I still play it. The album cover, the fucking artist that drew it, the music, the production, the musicianship, the lyrics, the fucking vocals, the tour, the merch, what can I fucking say that I probably wouldn't put up as the best?
Right.
Best producer, best album, best songs, best cover, best costumes, best stage. Like, I could do this all fucking day off this album.
Right. Let me ask you this before we wrap up. Are you a little bit surprised? And I don't really have an answer because I don't know what could have been done. Are you a little bit surprised that the band didn't really do anything for the 50th anniversary? They released some merch. That's it.
Yeah, there's some sort of article out there too. Ken Sharp did something on the website.
Yeah, I saw that, but I'm just surprised. I mean, and I don't know what I would want the band to do, but it's the 50th anniversary.
Play the album live.
Okay.
Without makeup. Do it. Go in the studio and play it live for everybody.
Do you really think they're going to fucking rehearse Sweet Pain or fucking Great Expect songs they've never played?
Well, if you're sitting there, you can do it over and over again. You don't have to film it. Like, you can film the final product. You don't have to film the
I thought you meant performing it live for us, like doing a show.
No, just perform it and then just do the next one.
I'm just surprised. I mean, it's the album that gave them credibility. I mean, Alive put them on the map. Destroyer lifted them to the next level. I don't know what I expected, but I'm just surprised they didn't do more.
They're not going to do heavy lifting. Let's be honest.
Oh, they don't have to.
They're not doing heavy.
They've never.
They're not going to. Well, they haven't had to since they started the reunion.
Correct. No, you're right.
After that, they didn't have to do heavy lifting. They've been coasting.
You're right.
Why would I have to learn that stuff? Just throw them some fucking T-shirts and a new different type of vinyl. Fuck it.
That's right.
Why do I have to do that? Why do I have to learn new songs? Why do I have to go in the ocean? Why do I have to fucking do signings and autographs? Why do I have to do pictures with everyone that's coming? Like, do you see my point? Like,
yep.
It's just less and less for more and more. Regardless, this album, I think, stands the test of time. Everybody knows we've done every album. We reviewed every album. This is my favorite album by Kiss and maybe my favorite album of all time. So it stands the test of time. 50th anniversary.
Yep.
Still sounds fresh to me.
I was just going to say, to me, it doesn't sound dated at all. When you listen to the first three, you could tell those are 70s albums. They're great, but this doesn't sound dated.
I'll prove a point. I was driving back from my mom's. My daughter went with me, and she brought her boyfriend. And I played this because I was listening to it on the 50th anniversary. In Detroit Rock City, I have excitement in my voice. I'm explaining to my daughter's boyfriend. Yeah. See this starting the car? He's listening to about the radio story about himself dying on his way in this, because this is based on a song, because two kids got killed in a concert going to Kiss. And listen to these lyrics. 12 o'clock, I got to rock. There's a light ahead. Lights flashing before my eyes. Oh my God, no time to turn. I got to laugh because I know I'm going to die. Dude, I'm getting chills explaining this to somebody. And someone's like listening to me tell this. I ain't doing that about fucking Read My Body.
Why not? You should.
I'm not doing that with, hey, you got to listen to this song. It's called Eat Your Heart Out.
Fucking song rules except for that acapella at the beginning. Fucking great song.
But that's what Destroyer does.
Yep.
And it stands the test of time. 50 years, man. 50 fucking years.
Unbelievable.
All right. Tom, what we do next is we do this.
Hey, what is this? 20 fucking questions?
Nope. It's only one question, and it's brought to you and to us by the great Shouted Out Loudcast Hall of Famer, Tony Barone, the tax man from AB CPA Inc. AB CPA Inc. is an accounting firm located in the suburbs of Chicago that will assist you in all of your accounting and tax needs. For businesses, they can help you with starting your business, your bookkeeping and payroll processing, tax returns for payroll and sales tax, and of course, filing all of those federal and state income tax returns. And for individuals, they can help you with everything from rental real estate, trust and estate returns, and those pesky personal federal and state income tax returns. And Zeus, because ABCPA Inc. has access to all 50 states, it doesn't matter if you're in
Connecticut
or
Vermont.
They can prepare an e-file on your behalf. Follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn. Visit their website at abcpainc.com. Call Tony directly at 708-430-3232, 708-430-3232. That is abcpainc.com. I say it again, say it every week. Tony is the man. Not only is he a friend of the show, a big fan and supporter, he's a Hall of Famer, But Tony is the man when it comes to taxes. Zeus and I have used him both personally, professionally, business-wise. He's incredible. Excellent communication. Please check him out.
Tom, I gotta give another one more time kudos to Tony, because we just finished our taxes for the two businesses that I have, and he was incredible. Got everything done, super responsive, got everything done. We worked great together, and now we wrapped up our personal. So again, believe us, we wouldn't be talking to you about Tony if he didn't fucking earn it. Guy is the best. You guys should definitely jump on that. So,
yep. With that being said, we got a DM on Instagram from Alfie. Okay. He says, I don't know if this is a good place to send a question for the show, but here I go anyway. Alfie, you can send us a question from anywhere. We're very active all over social media and email, so just send it.
You're very particular who you work with?
Very particular. Yeah. Hey, Tom and Zeus, as we all know, the drums on Hot in the Shade were mostly performed by Eric on an electronic drum kit. Ugh, yeah, he's right. If Hot in the Shade ever got remixed, which I doubt Pop House would ever do, would you think that it would be necessary and or sacrilege if the drums were replaced with an actual drum kit instead of technologically primitive drum pads? I could leave my own thoughts, but I don't want to send a really bloated message, although that would be fitting for something about Hot in the Shade. Anyway, keep up the good work. Alfie in England. Zeus, you want to take that one first?
Fucking way would they ever put fucking somebody else playing the drums on Hot in the Shade. That is sacrilege to do that to fucking Eric Carr.
I 100% agree. If Eric was still alive, maybe it would be an option. They would never do it due to his passing. And I honestly don't think they would do it because I don't think anybody cares enough about Hot in the Shade for them to put that effort into it. Me and Zeus love that album, and I know a lot of you people do too. I just don't think they would ever do it, but especially with the tragic passing of Eric, that would never happen. That being said, I think the album would sound 10 times better than it already does that with actual drums and enhanced remastered production, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think the drums aren't the only problem on that fucking sounding album.
Not at all. No. Great question, Alfie. Thanks so much, buddy.
Tom, where can people find us?
Always start with our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. That you can find everything related to all of our different podcasts and all of our rankings, all of our lists, links to all of the great friends that have been on the show and the shows that we've been on. And of course, a link to buy our #1 Amazon best-selling book, Raise Your Glasses. Links to all of our social media, very active on all of those. If you follow us, you know that. Links to our Patreon. Please check that out. And again, thanks to Liam and Scott for finally joining the family. We appreciate that. Links to our incredible Shout It Out Loudcast merch. Tons of cool shit. Links to our email, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. It's a great website, very interactive. We work really hard to keep that up to date and very cool for you guys to check out. So please do that. And of course, we always like to remind people that we're a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network of shows.
DM us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, motherfucker. Check out our Spotify playlist and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And give us one of those 5-star reviews on Apple Podcast, Facebook, our book on Amazon, Raise Your Glasses. That helps a lot. And make sure you go to our website. As Tom said, you can pick up our merch there. You can also look at all our rankings there. There's a ton of stuff to do there on our website. You can join Patreon right from there. So please do that. Tom, we like to end on famous last words. Do you have any?
Oh, of course. And pain has got its reason. And if you don't stop your teasing, baby, I'm going to show you now. You'll get to love it anyhow. Anyhow.
I'm the king of the nighttime world, and you're my headline queen. I'm the king of the nighttime world. Come live your secret dream. Tom, Kiss Army, Loudcasters, Destroyer-tards. Thank you.
Guys, you're the best. Thank you so much for everything. Great expectation, tards. You're the best. Zeus, as always, thank you, my friend.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Hit the music.
What I'd like now is for all you fat, out-of-shape, worldwide kiss-tards to keep the noise down while I show your ladies what a real sexy man looks like.
Listen, all you people out there sitting on rented furniture, settle down.
Cut the music.
Anybody seen Richie? Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?